Alright, I have a simple question. If you were to own a copy of a DVD, maybe a DVD you liked a lot, maybe it's even your favorite movie, if you had that, if you needed to add that DVD to your collection, how many copies? The answer is one, right? I mean, you're not going to be watching the same movie on like more than one DVD player. I mean, unless you really like the movie. But I don't think anyone could like a movie that much, right? Well, let me tell you about someone I know, okay? And he's someone you know as well. His name is good old Thumbus. We all know Thumbus. He's the classic meme character from the classic meme, Thumbus meme. You'd recognize him anywhere. Standing in front of the White House, he's got kind of a salmon-colored shirt on. It says Bahamas. There's a fish, and he's standing with his left side facing the camera, and he's turning his head slightly, and he's got kind of a half smile, like maybe he wasn't, expecting the photograph to be taken at that exact moment, but it was. And so Thumbus became the meme, the legendary meme, Thumbus meme. Will go down in the Internet Memes Hall of Fame. So, you know the man, but do you know the hot scoop? He's been cited with 7 copies. You heard me right, 7. It's one more than 6. 7 copies of the same movie, Robots, the DreamWorks picture from 2005. 2005 from 20th Century Fox. Robots. Just take a look at this picture. It just doesn't seem right to me. One person, 7 DVDs. Let me just count them to make sure. That's definitely 7 DVDs. Why? Why do you need 7? You've got the one. You can put it in the DVD player and play it and watch Robots if you want, but then you just got 6 that are just there. 6 DVDs. And the DVD case it comes in. What are you gonna do with them, huh? I've been racking my brain over it, over and over. 7 DVDs, why? Why would someone need 7? Alright. So, one DVD for your collection is perfectly normal. That's the appropriate amount, right? You'd have that many DVDs in your collection, of each individual movie. I mean, because you definitely wouldn't have more than one copy of the same movie, right? Well, apparently not. I mean, that's what we've learned today. 2 DVDs, even. 2 DVDs, I mean, I guess one could come across a duplicate. Maybe you purchased the DVD of your favorite movie, and then maybe you're a avid collector and you got a big box from like a garage sale, and you go through them and you find another copy of the same movie, and you're like, hey, I got 2 copies just in case this one breaks. I have a spare, a bonus. Alright, I guess that makes sense. 3 is kind of a stretch. I mean, I'm sure it's happened. Maybe someone's had 3 copies of the same DVD. Maybe. But 4 copies is we're getting a little extreme now. 4 copies, it's hard for me to believe that fate would have you stumble across 4 or 5 copies of the same DVD. I just don't buy it. 7 copies? 7 copies is where I draw the line, alright? 7 copies, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm trying not to get upset about it, but it's just so... it's nonsense. It's preposterous. 7 copies of Robots? Robots featuring the late Robin Williams? Robots with Big Weld? Robots having 7 different iterations of the same sequence of events that takes place from the first to the last moment of Robots? I mean, I couldn't believe someone even having seen the film Robots 7 times, let alone owning 7 individual copies of one DVD. It's the same movie. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's different between those copies. Just look at them. They're the same. They're the same packaging, same everything. There's not going to be different bonus features on one from the other. You know, all the previews are going to be the same. The credits exactly the same. They're duplicates. They're carbon copies of one another, and you don't need to see the movie 7 times on 7 different discs to absorb the movie Robots, okay? It's got a beginning, middle, and end, and that's it. And you watch it, and you enjoy it, and you interpret the movie, you take out of it whatever, kind of valuable lesson or, whatever you get from watching the movie Robots, and the experience is over. You put the DVD back in the box, you snap it closed, and you put it back on the shelf. Alright? You don't need to do that 6 more times. Once is plenty. And if you, for some reason, want to watch the movie Robots again, you can put the DVD back in. The same DVD. You can use it multiple times. It's not like if you use it once, you got to throw it away. It's a reusable object, and you can use it over and over again. You don't have to rewind it. There's no tape to get worn out like a VHS. If it were 7 VHS copies, maybe I'd kind of understand that, because if you play a tape enough, it starts to wear out a little, but not a DVD. Unless you're that clumsy that you fumble and drop every DVD you own every time you try to transport it the short distance between your box and your DVD player, and it becomes ruined. But I don't think that's what's going on. Alright? And I don't think that everything is as it seems right now. 7 DVDs. You really want me to just buy that you just got 7 DVDs? Look at that smile. You're hiding something. What's behind those shades? You don't look right, alright? You look different, and you show up, you got a new smile, you got a new attitude, got a fancy new wristwatch, and you got 7 copies of Robots on DVD, alright? Something just doesn't add up. It just doesn't stack up for me, okay? I'm sorry. You need to tell me if, I'm reading too deep into this or whatever, but something isn't right here. Something is wrong with this picture. Between Thumbus and between the 7 DVDs, the large black gentleman in the background, the person with the green plaid and the green socks. 7 copies. 7 copies. It's just not right. It doesn't sit right with me. It, it's really hard to stomach seeing a man here just perfectly fine with having 7 copies of the same DVD. It's suspicious. I don't know if I trust a person that would come to possess 7 copies of one DVD, Robots. You know, the more I think about it, it remains just as elusive to me exactly what is happening here. It demands an explanation. Maybe we can deduce some logical reason, but right now I can't. And from what Thumbus has told me, it doesn't seem like we're getting God's honest truth out of that boy, out of that little Thumby. I think he's being a little funny Thumby. He's got a little silly little secret he wants to keep from me. Well, let's see how long that lasts.